Are you preparing the correct way? Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. I just want to talk about, you're here because you're preparedness minded. You have that mindset. You know that you need to be prepared. But are you doing it right? Right for you, not right for me. Just like I'm not doing it right for you maybe. We all live in different AOs, area of operations, states, climates, terrain, topography, availability of water or lack of water, good soil to grow, bad soil to grow, plentiful game, not very plentiful game, extreme temperatures, mild temperatures, all these things come into play, rural, urban. There are so many differences that I can't sit here and tell you exactly what to do. I can't. Channels that say they can are full of poo. Sorry. General preparedness is the same across the board. But to tell you exactly what to do, I can't. But, hold on, don't take off yet. You should still subscribe, hit the like button, comment below, and share the videos. Because I can empower you to use the second most powerful tool in preparedness, your brain. The most powerful tool in preparedness is Heavenly Father, is God, and our faith. For me, that is personally, maybe different for you. But anyway, the brain, your ability to adapt and overcome, your ability to figure things out, your ability to make do, to be flexible with dynamic situations. That is what is key. So, I can't tell you exactly what to do. But what I can tell you to do is write stuff down. What are potential threats in your area? What are potential shortages, weaknesses, challenges associated with where you live? Then look at your preps and say, do I have each one of the line items that you wrote down? All the negative stuff that could happen. Go line item by line item. Look at your preps. Say, do I have preps that will help me mitigate line item 1, line item 2, etc. It's very, very important to analyze your capability, your abilities, and your preparedness. Because we can be in the mindset, we can fall into that trap of saying, oh, I got tons of food, I got tons of all this stuff, I'm good. But maybe you haven't prepared for the right things. Maybe you haven't really thought. And another thing is, a really good way to do it is, you're only one person. You only have one brain. You look at things a certain way. You look at things from a certain angle. Have somebody else help you. That's why groups are important. That's why your family's important. Friends, whatever. People you trust. Try to analyze what areas you need to improve upon. Don't fall into the trap of saying, oh, I got like a year's worth of food, I got a whole bunch of water, but then do you have a bug out location? Do you have an alternate bug out location? Do you have a tertiary bug out location? Do you have at least 2 routes, if not 3 routes, to each of them? Do you have caches en route to them? Do you have caches at them? Do you have structures at them? Do you have a comm plan? Do you have a security plan? Oh, by the way, security, defensive stuff we talk about on Patreon. Links in the description below. $1 a month, hundreds of videos, awesome content. All the stuff that isn't necessarily viable for this platform. So, think about your area. If you live in North Dakota, you're going to have to deal with a lot more extreme temperatures than I do here in Western Washington. If you live in Florida, you're not really going to have to worry about extreme temperatures at all. But you may have to worry about hurricanes. You may have to worry about flooding. There's all different things. As well as the fact of you live way down here in the panhandle of Florida, way down in the end, and what happens if, say, the top gets secured and you're stranded? down there. You have no way, no access to any other area like the mainland. Those are some things to think about. What about your ability to replenish your emergency fund, aka your food storage? Do you have plans in place? Are you doing it now? It's good to have a bunch of seeds stockpiled, but do you know how to use them? Do you know how to garden? Do you know how to raise animals? If you're not doing it or haven't done it a lot in the past, you don't know. And yes, you can put seeds in the ground, water them, and they may grow. You may get lucky, but you may not. And there's a lot of things you have to deal with that you may not be aware of, especially in your area. Do those seeds, do those kind of plants that you have seeds for even grow in your area? I get it. Saving seeds for plants and for vegetables, fruits, and stuff like that that you and your family like, yes, definitely do that. Definitely grow what you like to eat. Don't grow stuff you won't eat, but will that stuff you like to eat grow in your area? That's very important. What is your soil type like? Just because you see dirt around, if you haven't analyzed it, if you haven't tried growing in it before, you have no idea. Is it acidic? Is it base? Is it, how well does it drain? How well does it retain water? All these kind of things. Very important things to know. So take a look at your area. Analyze it critically. Hard. Take a hard look at it. What can happen or might happen in your area? The threats, that's a big one. How do you mitigate threats? Like I said, we talk about that on Patreon. As far as human type threats, you have to have a plan in place for that. You have to have a security plan. You have to have a way to protect your family and the things you have, all your food storage. That's one reason, big reason why I do this channel, is because I want to empower more people to be prepared. I want more people prepared because then there are fewer people trying to come and take my stuff when things go south, when it hits off. So seriously, please do this. Please take a look and critically take a hard look at your area. What about escape routes? Routes in and out. How do you get out of Dodge? If you're living in a city, this can be especially important. Because if you're in a city and things go south really quickly or really bad, you are not going to be in a good situation. You want to get out of the cities. But then again, if you live in a city you know nothing about out in the country, and then you just like randomly head out in the country when you bug out, where are you going to go? All those people out in the country don't want you there. They're going to be protecting their stuff. Where are you going to live? Do you know people out there? Have you built those relationships? Do you have a mutual assistance group, a team, a tribe? Do you even know where you're going if you go out into rural areas? Have you explored them? Do you know what the dynamic is? Do you know where people live? Do you know where the towns are? Do you know what the resources for the towns are? Do you know what people grow, raise in those areas? Do you know anything? That's important. You got to know that kind of stuff. Even if you live urban, you live in the city, I know some people can't help it. Well, you can always help it, but some people are in situations where they can't leave right now. If you're not in a situation where you can't leave, then leave, please. Just don't carry your big city attitude with you when you move rural. You don't even have to move rural. At least move on the outskirts of suburbia. So you're not urban, you're not really suburban, you're kind of suburban, but you're kind of on the outskirts. And I know everybody can't leave and can't move at a second notice just because of cost and life and everything like that. I apologize for screaming in the background. That's my now 5-year-old throwing a fit. Her big brother's probably picking on her. But anyway, that's what kids do. It's awesome. Kids are such a blessing. Empower your children. Have them, include them in the process, since I'm talking about that. Have them learn. Don't do it to scare them. Make sure they don't get scared about this, but help them to know that it's good to be self-reliant, all these things, these skill sets, and make it fun along the way. Keeping prepping fun is very important. So I hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, please subscribe, do all those things, and check out other prepper channels. Subscribe to them. Rising Tide Lifts All Boats. Let's lift the community. improve ourselves, and really grow and strengthen the community. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and blessings to you and yours.